The dream continues to haunt me, old friend. It always starts with a journey to a distant land. There I find a city in flames, streets choked with corpses, unthinkable destruction. I witness senseless slaughter, brother against brother, pure hatred. And then, executions, agony, suffering surrounded me until my turn comes. They burn my eyes, break my bones. I awaken in terror. There's no one left to stand against them. But I know these dreams. They tell of the future. Hell is coming, brother. Hell is coming.
For it, you know what he's gonna do.
Yeah!
Like almost a hammer down moment.
As a Barbarian player, I love that the team's taking some of the things that were formerly elemental magic, and now it's just more blood.
Yeah, I think this is like every Barbarian painting that I grew up with come to life, where he's just like
Crazy mountain man.
All right, look at those good boys.
Send your pets in, summon up some storm magic. Boom.
Yeah.
And don't worry if you've got a preferred form. You can just assign all your buttons to that form and just be a bear all the time if that's your druid fantasy.
And of course, Cataclysm, it just wrecks the battlefield.
Master of nature magic right there. I love that in addition to bringing the light show, gameplay-wise, you feel like a dungeon boss when you play a sorceress. She has basically control over the battlefield with abilities like Blizzard, like Firewall, that basically make you feel like you are doing area of denial attacks on enemies. Really cool. All right, but it's not just the appearance. Customization is at the core of Diablo. And what I mean by that is gameplay customization. And customization is back with a vengeance. We're bringing back some ideas and new ideas that we've become inspired from previous games. So we have super happy. We're a little nervous. They're like, they're gonna like it. Yeah. So we have a trifecta of customization options with talent trees, with skill ranks, and with rune words. Rune words especially, we've taken inspiration from Diablo 2 and given it a fresh new interpretation. You'll get to hear all about it in our systems and feature panel tomorrow, or if you check it out on the demo. But the way that it works, it's super exciting. That's no longer like a secret recipe, but a little bit more freeform with triggers and effects. We're very excited to see the combinations that you come up with. But the message that we want to bring to you today is we want you to play the build that's inside your head. Not the build that I designed for you, but the build that you want to play. Because we realize that, your idea of a Frost sorceress might be different than mine or John's.
So the world is also how you engage with other players in Diablo 4. So we'll have social hubs in major towns. This is one from our demo. This is Korbach. And in these towns, not only is this where you pick up quests and talk to NPCs, you can also trade, ask someone about their gear, maybe investigate their build, take a look at how they customize their character or what awesome armor they're wearing. You might even be able to look for a group. And you might be wondering, why do I want to look for a group? Well, as you're exploring the open world, you'll come across world events. And our druid here is going to come up on one in a second. And you may not want to fight these events alone because they're a little bit tougher experiences, which I think is pretty exciting. All right, I'm gonna wait for this one to pop up. All right, here we go. So this was in the game trailer. This is Ashava. This is in our demo. I'm curious how many people Ashava is going to murder this weekend.
Anybody want to venture a guess? I'm guessing thousands, maybe. Everybody.
Everybody.
I like that.
Everybody
Yeah,
here, yes.
Probably everyone that plays a demo is going to die to this. So, you can group up with other people. You'll be running around the world. You'll come across other players, and they'll be able to help you defeat this demon and get
Chasing
some...
each other, or are they friends?
I think they're about to kill each other.
Probably.
All right, check this out. Combo those dismount abilities. So I guess they're friends for now.
Those are your people, Luis.
I love the first time I went to a dungeon in Diablo 4 and I realized I was at home was when the corners were dark. I'm like, oh, this just feels so right in a Diablo game. Right here, this. And if you play a class that brings the light show, here's where you see it.
Yeah, for sure. When the player's in there and you have that little pool of light around you and those dark corners, it just feels like home.
And of course, we should reassure you these are fully randomized. We're building up on our know-how from D3. It's basically DRLG 2.0. Our dungeons continue to be randomized. And not only that, but we have new features that in tomorrow's panels you'll get to check out.
And also exterior dungeons as well that are randomly generated.
So there's one thing I'm not seeing here, John.
There is much, much more to come. A game of this scope takes time. This is a very, very early first step. We're not coming out soon, not even Blizzard soon. We're just excited to take this first early step in the journey together with you. We have a demo ready for you guys to play back there. We have 3 classes, our first 3 classes. We're going to have 5 when we ship. We also have 3 dungeons, lots of events, including the world event that Tiffany described, and a very small sliver of Scotland, which in itself is just a small region of the world. Please give us feedback. We want to hear what you liked, what you didn't like. Again, this is just the first step in the journey. And then if you can't be here, if you're watching over the internet at home, we have streams both days. We've partnered.
First, I want to say thank you for coming to our panel. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all the questions that you've submitted so far. Let's get right into classes. So as you can see up on the screen, these are the 3 classes we just announced: the Sorceress, the Barbarian, and the Druid. So let's talk a little bit about each of these classes. The Sorceress is the Master of Magic. She is your fragile caster class that deals high magical damage from a distance. So as you can see, there's a good mix of returning skills as well as brand new skills. One of my favorites is this Conduit skill. Whenever you use it, you're invulnerable, you'll deal damage, and you can teleport as much as you want during the duration. I also want to talk about the chill mechanic in Diablo 4. Whenever the Sorceress uses cold magic to attack enemies, she applies chill to the target's hit, making their movement speed slower and slower. And if you apply enough chill, the enemies get frozen completely. So let's check it out in this video. It should be coming up soon. She will be using her Frost, Bolt, and Blizzard skills to chill and then freeze the enemy, as you can see. The Barbarian is one of the main classes that everyone thinks of when they think Diablo, and of course, he's back. If you like constantly jumping around and charging around the battlefield while dealing heavy physical melee attacks, of course, this will be the class of your choice. Again, this is the Barbarian that you know and love, but also he has some brand new things about him as well. One of these things is the Arsenal system. This system allows the Barbarian to equip 4 weapons, 2 two-handed weapons and 2 one-handed weapons, allowing him to use more item affixes than any other class in the game, and also he can equip more legendaries than any other class in Diablo 4. The Druid is a shapeshifting class. The Druid can rapidly shapeshift into his human, werewolf, and werebear forms at a moment's need. So let's check out how that works. So as you can see, whenever you use a werewolf skill, you instantly transform into that form. And whenever you use a werebear form, you instantly transform into that form. When you use your earth or storm spells, you instantly transform back into the Druid form. So one of the reasons why I think this is so cool is because you can tie specific mechanics to the moment you transform. So for example, one of the talents, it says something like whenever you shapeshift into a werebear form, you gain damage reduction for a few seconds. So not only can you pick the specific bonuses that you want, you also control the exact timing when you activate these bonuses. So you have that full control, and that's what I think is so cool about the rapid shapeshifting. Okay, so let's talk about the skill point system as well as the talent tree system. These are 2 different systems that every class in Diablo 4 will be utilizing. The goals for these are to have an increased sense of power progression during level up, as well as great player choice and customization. The skill point system is fairly straightforward. As you level up, you'll be gaining 1 or more skill points for you to spend, and you can use it in 2 ways. First is unlocking brand new skills that you didn't have access to before. And second is ranking up existing skills to make them more powerful and unlock new choices within that same skill. Another way you can get skill points in the game is to find these skill point tome items, and then you can use those items to have access to more skill points. For the talent tree, this is an example of the sorceress's talent tree. Each tree is unique to that class. So this is just one example of one of the classes. So you work your way from top to bottom, making yourself more powerful as you go down the tree. And not only that, you will be able to make very specific playstyle choices to your liking, so you'll have that full customization option. And of course, at the bottom of the tree are the strongest talents in the game. This is one of 6 that the sorcerers can choose from. And it's a fairly simple one, but we have a lot of choices ranging from simple to more complicated playstyles. So this one increases the lightning damage against enemies within melee range. So naturally, this would combo very well with a spell like Charge Bolt, and you can because it is a returning skill in Diablo 4. So let's take a look at the flow of how you go about spending points and unlocking new tiers. So as you can see, this is how the talent tree system works. And this time around, I'm going down the cold tree. So let's take a look at one of the options at the top, or at the bottom. So Endless Winter. So instead of chills leading to freeze, you gain a massive damage bonus instead. So you can kind of imagine, if I'm not going for that freeze playstyle, I can choose something like this to get a different benefit instead.
And what about the campaign then? Because the campaign storyline is, of course, going to send you all around the continent, into these private dungeons, but also to parts of the overworld. So you might think that means your campaign moments in the overworld are now going to be shared with a bunch of random people. But campaign areas will also start as private, meaning accessible only to you and your party, until you've completed the campaign objective for that location. And it's only after that point that it becomes shared like the rest of the open world. So when we talk about shared open world, we mean you'll see players outside your party, and you'll see different types of open world activities. Activities like the public events that we showcased in the demo, ranging anywhere from the more common Drowner attacking the coastline, all the way up to a huge pestilence demon is clawing its way out of a farm. The overworld would have things like collectibles, lore books, caches, materials for crafting, as well as dedicated spaces carved out for very specific activities, like open world PvP, or one of the many other open world systems that we're still iterating on and we'll talk about more at a future date. But I'm sure many of you are curious about the other players part, right? How many people are you going to be sharing this open world with? And the number can actually be variable by location, meaning we might make a place less or more populated depending on what's going on there. So our guiding principle on this topic is the feeling we're trying to achieve. And we did try to get this in the demo if you had a chance to play it. But it's that Sanctuary should feel like a bleak and dangerous place. And while you're out in the overworld, on occasion you might run into one or two other players, but most of the time you're going to be alone. And the exceptions to this would be something like the World Boss event, right? That is a huge undertaking, and we want to allow more players into that space so that they can tackle that challenge together. And then there's towns, for the opposite reason. Towns are safe places. They make natural gathering spots for grouping up with your party, trading, or just chatting.
Hey, BlizzCon! All right, let's talk about the dungeons of Diablo 4. Dungeons are a foundational part of that Diablo series, right? And they're a critical part of that legacy. Randomly generated dungeons are a critical part of that. So Sanctuary is a large and diverse place, and we are filling it with lots of dungeons for you to explore, slay, and loot your way through. So, we want dungeons to be dark, dangerous, unpredictable places in the world. Even the holiest of places can fall to corruption, like the Zakaru Monastery behind me. Now, since they are randomly generated, that means until you venture down that dark corridor, you're not really sure what you're going to find. Could be treasure, could be death. And this is that tension between risk and reward that really defines that dungeon crawling experience in Diablo 4, where anything can happen. And also, dungeons are not always random building, or just like randomly generated buildings. They're randomized exterior environments as well. These exterior dungeons are randomly generated just like the interiors are. So we can have Whispering Woods here behind me as an example. We want dungeons to feel like real, explorable places in the world. So we also built our dungeon system from the ground up with this idea that we call seamless exploration. So what seamless exploration means is no more loading screens to go down to the second floor. Third floor, 10th floor, whatever, any other area. Yeah. It all happens seamlessly in the game. And with seamless exploration, we can even blend these randomly generated tile sets together. You can go from a randomly generated cave and walk straight into a randomly generated forest. And this means dungeons can become sprawling, interconnected places to explore and discover, where actions in one part of the dungeon can actually affect what happens in the other part. So, as you're crawling your way through these profane halls, or stepping cautiously through a misty wood, what are you doing? What are you going to do in these dungeons? What can I find? So, well, we have two major pieces of content systems to talk about today. One is random events, and the other is dungeon objectives. So first up, random events are back. And random events are a core part of that classic dungeon crawling feeling in Diablo 4. And one major change compared to the past game is they are no longer restricted to a specific place in the world. This is one of our new events, the Altar of Bishibosh. Any Bishibosh fans out there? I'm not sure. Yeah. So this event can also show up in the Whispering Woods. It's in Garenhold in the demo. You can totally find it. You got a good chance of finding it. And this allows dungeons to actually have a much broader range of possible events. Every time you play, you can actually find a different kind of event in it. And those events can actually follow monsters around, just like elites can, and makes it way more broad range of things to do. So we have random dungeons, and we have random events. But for us, it's also really important that dungeons have this sense of identity. They have something that helps set them all apart from each other. So the other thing, there we go. The other thing we're adding is the dungeon objective. So the dungeon and its objective are designed together as two parts of a cohesive whole. Objectives are completed by doing specific things in the dungeon, like killing a sea witch. And progressing the objective also increases the danger and the rewards found inside that dungeon. So as an example, this is Domhain Tunnels, playable in the demo today. The objective here is to slay all enemies. We've seen that before. But in Domhain, as you make progress in that effort, the enemy responds. They send powerful elites to hunt you down and kill you no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing in that dungeon. Yes, even during a random event. Yes, even during a boss fight. And since every dungeon has its own custom objective, we can have varied gameplay across dungeons as a whole. and memorable dungeons with a strong underlying identity. Now, we're still exploring multiple other dungeon systems and features, but we do have one more thing to talk about today. Let's talk about endgame dungeons in Diablo 4. So, what do we look for in a Diablo endgame? What would we be excited to play? And we started thinking about this, like, okay, varied content, that's critical. I don't want to just be doing one thing over and over again at endgame. And, making powerful, unique builds is a core part of Diablo, and we need content that helps encourage that level of strategic depth. And honestly, player agency is super important. Random dungeons are awesome, I love them, but I don't want to just feel like I'm just reacting to what the game is giving me. I don't want to feel like I'm on rails. So how are we doing this? We're adding a new type of item called a dungeon key. How do they work? Well, when a key drops in the world, it drops for a very specific dungeon in the world. Using this key will upgrade that dungeon into an endgame dungeon. The key also has a specific difficulty rank. The higher the difficulty, the higher the quality of the drops that you get within that dungeon. And finally, dungeon keys can roll specific dungeon affixes. Now, this is an entirely new feature. These are modifiers that increase the difficulty and complexity of the dungeons found throughout the game. They apply the affix to either the players, the enemies, the environment, or any or all three of these. So with a system like this, you can imagine an affix that says something like, all enemies are invisible unless they're in combat or something like that. Every time you walk in a room, you're not sure what you're going to find. And you can also have another affix that says there are double bosses in this dungeon. And how having both of those affixes on the same key kind of a very different outcome when you're playing any of the dungeons in a game. So, let's look at an example. This is Garen Hold, has Lightning Pulse. Let's see what that looks like in the game. So Lightning Pulse adds this cool pillar of lightning energy in stone that hunts down the closest player and deals damage to them. It can't kill it, you can't stun it, you cannot stop it until that dungeon objective is complete. But this is still Garen Hold, the same dungeon we have playable in the demo today. It still has the same objective, you still have the same enemies, and you still have access to the same randomized content within it. Yeah. And this is how we get all three of our goals. We get varied content, right? Varied gameplay. Any regular dungeon can become an endgame dungeon by finding a dungeon key for it. And the plan is to have hundreds of dungeons in the game. We get strategic depth. The key provides a lot of information for you to plan a specific build around. You can customize your loadout, your skills, your talent, your items to tackle that specific dungeon. And we also get player agency. You can decide whether you want to use a key and upgrade a dungeon, or if you want to salvage it for crafting. And the plan is to drop lots of keys so you guys actually have exact control over which dungeons are your endgame dungeons. So we learned a lot about dungeons. Let's learn more about the monsters that you kill inside them. And for that, I'm actually going to hand it over to Joe Shelley, lead monster wrangler, really.
Thank you, Donovan. So this is my very close friend, the Fallen Lunatic. I know he's my close friend because he always wants to be really close to me. But the Fallen Lunatic is a really interesting case because he's part of the Fallen family. This idea of families is really important to Diablo 4. In the case of the Fallen, the Lunatic runs forward and tries to explode. The Fallen grunts try to surround the player, while their shaman friends hang out in the back, throwing fireballs and resurrecting slain grunts. Let's take a look at another example of families in Diablo, the skeleton family. The great thing about the skeleton family is that, like the Fallen, the members of the family can work together to do something greater than they could do by themselves. So, of course, you've got skeletons with swords, shields. The shield skeletons can stun you, while two-handed axe skeletons bring down their axe on your head. You've got crossbow skeletons who are firing from the middle distance. And in Diablo 4, you've got my personal favorite, the skeletal ballista. This is an amalgamation of skeletons that have come together to barely hold up this giant bow that can fire from multiple screens away. And we talk about how important legacy is to Diablo 4. This is a great example. The inspiration for the skeletal ballista came from Diablo 2, where you could walk out of a doorway and be surrounded by skeletons, and then be getting shot from off-screen by ranged skeletons. It creates this choice moment where do I stay engaged with the skeletons I'm fighting and try to dodge these arrows, or do I go deeper into danger and lay the smackdown on those skeletal ballistas? In Diablo 4, that gameplay is back. Thank you. But of course, the skeletal ballista is not the most dangerous thing you'll face in Diablo 4. There are also elite monsters. And if you play Diablo 3, there are some monster powers or affixes that are making a return, like Mortar or Frozen. But in Diablo 4, there are a new category of affixes that we call enhancing affixes. These affixes take the monster's base powers and improve on them. In the case of a skeletal ballista, he might have the multi-shot affix. So he's firing 3 ballista shots instead of the usual 1. And the cool thing about enhancing affixes is that when we apply that same multi-shot affix to something like a fallen shaman, he can resurrect multiple grunts or brutes instead of the usual 1, totally changing how the gameplay plays out. Now, of course, there are lots of bosses in Diablo 4. And if we go back to that previous slide with the skeletons, you might see the Tomb Lord standing tall and proud in the middle. The Tomb Lord is a master of necromantic magic and bone, and he can resurrect his skeletal minions, he can create walls of bone and shatter them, and he can spin his magic into a storm of bone that can blind you. But in Diablo 4, you have additional combat options to fight back. One of these is the new evade ability. Every class can do a short distance dash that gets you immediately out of danger and allows you to strike back very quickly and get back in the action. It's perfect for getting out of something like this bone storm. Also, many class skills in Diablo 4 grant the unstoppable status. This status allows you to break out of any control-impairing effects. So if you're stunned, blinded, slowed, you can break out of it and grant immunity for the duration of the effect. In the case of our barbarian friend, who just doesn't want to deal with this bone storm anymore, he can rallying cry, becoming unstoppable and granting his allies unstoppable as well, and immediately dish out more pain onto the Tomb Lord. Now, if you've had a chance to play the demo, you may have seen this one, this demon, Ashava. This is our first world boss in the Diablo series. And it is so big that we had to pull the camera out just to frame the action and show everyone engaged with it. Ashava is a huge undertaking, and looking at some of the stats already that have come in, I see that a lot of people have fallen to Ashava. But the really cool thing about the bosses in Diablo 4, and Ashava is a great example of this, is our new stagger system. This means that you can bring your control effects into fights against bosses, like your stuns, your freezes, chills. And when you apply them to bosses, it builds up the stagger bar. When it's filled, the boss becomes staggered, and something really cool happens. I came up with that term myself. But basically what it means is, for each boss that we design, we build some unique behavior. So when you stagger Ashava, you can break off its arm blades. And this changes the whole fight, because those giant sweeping attacks that it performs are greatly reduced in their range. And areas of the battlefield that were dangerous become safer. In fact, if you stagger Ashava multiple times, you can break off both arm blades. And this changes the remainder of the fight. Now, of course, to take on something like Ashava, you're going to need some legendary gear. David's going to talk a little bit more about that.
Okay, so let's take a look first at the item qualities in Diablo 4. So as you can see up on the screen, normal items are the weakest items, and the mythic items are the strongest items that we're proposing for Diablo 4. So let's take a kind of a deeper look at each of these categories. So for the first three categories, normal, magic, and rare, of course, if you played Diablo games in the past, you'll notice that you have more item affixes, the higher the quality. And our main goal for item affixes is to increase the number of playstyle choices and options for players when they're picking item affixes. So, of course, we'll have a good mix of returning affixes as well as brand new ones. For example, attack speed, critical strike chance, critical strike damage, damage against faraway enemies, cooldown reduction, damage resistances, damage bonuses to specific elements, like all this stuff and more. But what I want to talk about on top of that is one of the affixes on the screen. It says +1 rank to Master of Arms on the rare amulet. It's the bottom one that you see. What that's doing is it's giving me +1 rank to one of my talent points. So what that's going to allow me to do is, as I put my talent points and pick a playstyle, I'm not going to have enough choices to go down every single tree. But with items, I can break some of these rules by getting access to talents that I normally couldn't access before, or I can use them to go past my maximum talent point through items as well. So we want to add as many of these types of affixes as possible in Diablo 4. For legendary items and sets, the goal is to provide as much player choice and customization as possible when forming your end-game build. And in order to do that, the most important change in Diablo 4 is to make sure that legendary items are on equal or greater power level compared to set items in Diablo 4. This way, you'll have that full customization of picking every single slot which specific legendary power you want to use. So, So let's take a look at a simple example of customizing your playstyle through one specific simple skill in Diablo 4, as well as items that only modify that specific skill. But of course, we'll have a wide range of legendaries in the game. So this is teleport. As you can see, pretty straightforward. You teleport to the target location, like you just saw. Say you are struggling on the defense, then you can pick something like this up. Every time I teleport, I gain damage barrier. And this one, whenever I teleport, I create this rift on the ground. Whenever I stand in it, I gain increased critical strike chance. This next one, I can use teleport as much as I want now. It has no cooldown, but it's random, and I need mana to use it. And this last one, I can cast damaging lightning nova whenever I teleport. So let's check that out. So pretty straightforward. Let's try to equip the one that lets me teleport as much as I want. And now I've kind of turned my mobility skill into a damaging skill at the cost of it being a little bit random. And I just want to stress once more that not all legendaries will work so specific to one skill. We'll have a wide range of skills ranging from legendaries that are generic and good for every type of build, legendaries that are good for specific categories of skills, and legendaries such as the ones that you see here. And finally, mythic items are the strongest items in Diablo 4. They're equipped limit 1, but they have 4 legendary powers on them. This is a simple example of a Barbarian legendary, or Barbarian mythic amulet. So you can look forward to more info coming in the future on the mythic items. And there are runes and rune words in Diablo 4. How they work is quite straightforward. You have 2 different types of runes in the game, condition runes and effect runes. You can take any condition rune, combine it with any other effect rune in the game to form a rune word. So the example on the screen is, it says the condition rune, whenever you freeze an enemy, and the effect is reduce a random skill cooldown by 15%. And as you can see from the item, I have formed my rune word. So let me show you some more examples of condition runes and effect runes. One thing that is not displayed here that we're currently working on is we're working on adding progression to runes as well. So you can look forward to more info on that in the future as well. So I'll hand it back to Tim for Q&A, so you can quickly read this before he goes to the next slide.
Thanks, David. Are you ready, Druid? You know I gotta play the Sork, man. It looks like you can do different customizations. Yo, hell yeah, dude. All right. We got 2 options. We'll go with the short hairstyle. We'll play all 3 classes. I got like 2 hours, so we will play all 3. Don't trip. Use dark mode blood. Oh my god, dude. What is this? Blizzard rank 1, dude. Okay. Yo. Yo, lightning spear? What is lightning spear? Okay. That's that dude from Guardians of the Galaxy, bro. Yep. Male. Also, meteor shower. Yo, meteor shower is back. Yo, bazooka making its way. What else? The Yordu spear. That's what it's called. Conduit. You become a lightning incarnate. When in this form, you're immune to nearby enemies. Wait, what is this? Okay, it's like a lightning EB wizard. Lightning Archon, dude. Just whistle. Yo, what's up, toys? Can you trade in town? I'm not sure on all the details yet. Frostbolt. Okay. All right.
I'm not ready yet.
And then Fireball. So this is like your generator, mana cost, generator, and a spender. Got it. Okay. Here we go. The Iron Gate, bro. Let's drop a meteor. Bomb. How's the graphics? Wait, you tell me, man. You're watching too. C is mana pot. C. Oh, I can look at this stuff all day, bro. How's the itemization? Max life, attack speed. Why does it say you're offline? Hit F5, probably. When you get to town, you can trade. Confirmed. Okay. It looks like there's like raid bosses or like open world bosses, which is really good. We always wanted that, or I did. Oh my God, you can look at the skills. This is just what we want to do. I'm gonna go through it for everyone at home, so we can go back and look at the stream, get all the information. Incinerate. Chain lightning. Frozen orb. Oh, frozen orb. The return. Look at all these different spells you can do. So it looks like you can pick between 1 defensive. I'm gonna try to go through all of them. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go through all of them. C is for character, bruh. Brings up your character page. Ice Blades. Hydra Wizard, the back. Yo, Hydra Wiz. Firewall. Oh, Firewall. That's how you beat the Butcher, right, dude? Meteor. Hidden. Unavailable in the demo. Deep Freeze. Inferno. Conduit. Oh, this is the stuff we want to know. Like, we want to know the nitty gritty. I think tomorrow they're going to have a systems panel. I think tomorrow, I'm going to go through it for science really quick. Oh my God. All right. You ready? I want to play, but I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget to do this. Okay. Is that good enough? Okay. She looks super dope, dude. I like the gritty kind of style. Let's go kick some ass, chat. Yeah, let's do it. Blizzard. Bop.
I'm not ready yet.
Go get him. Meteor. It's kind of like D2 meets D3, first impressions. It's a little gritty, a little dark. They did say they didn't want like the spells to overpower, like they don't want like crazy effects too much. There you go, Bop. Evade, what? What? Is it on cooldown? So it's kind of like the console version, how they have a roll, but you get like a tactical. Bring it on. I still took damage. Yikes. All right, well, you're going to die for that. Take my money, Blizzard. They're keeping a lot of the randomization, it looks like, too. From D3. What is happening here? You will not take me alive. Okay. All right. I don't have force down. I don't have my normal setup, but we're having fun. Oh! Legendary? Easy clap, dude. Easy clap. Stoner Jordan, legendary ring. +1 rank, what? +1 rank to your equipped skills. Okay. All right. Reduced mana cost for skills. Increased mana. Attack and defense. Bam. Just like that, dude. My first legendary ever in D4, man. Freaking Stoner Jordan. All right. I'm trying to get a nice group here. You ready? Boom, bazooka whiz. Dude, what is this? Let's go. Let me through. Oh, that's pretty cool. She like crawls through. That's pretty cool, dude. You don't just zone. You at least have a little bit of. It drops for everyone. Definitely, that's not true. That's a world first. So there's that. That's definitely not true. Diablo 4. What? This D3 expansion looks good. Hell yeah, brother. Look at that. Just blood and gut. Look at her. What are you doing? What are you doing? Dabmods is raiding you. Dabmods, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the love. Oh my god. So there's an extendo cutscene. So she crawled out of the dungeon. Like, hands and knees, bruh. Hands and knees, bro. I want to play this so bad. I'm going to be playing this all weekend long. I don't know how I can focus on anything else. Here's the map. Okay. Social. Deckard Cain 55 has risen again. Yo, Deckard Cain is back, dude. It looks like I have some friends. Game, map. Okay. So we're right here, dude. Is there an overlay map? What do you guys want? What are you guys doing here? Catch this? Catch this real quick? Okay. Go lightning. Oh, what? We have different abilities? What? What? The speed of D3, man. Oh my god. What? Does that happen with everything? Only with that skill, I think. Okay. I wonder if other skills have, yeah, I'm gonna put my speed farm build out tonight. Yes, true. Let's go. I just want to play with the skills and learn everything. We were looking at the trees earlier. If you guys missed it, it'll be all on the VOD, so you can check everything. Well, that's cool, dude. That's pretty cool, chat. You ready? I just want to do this. Are you ready? Oh, we'll wait. We'll keep going. Yep. Sorry. We're gonna play through this a bunch of times. Speed one. Speed run with the sorcerer. I'm sorry about this. I don't want to spoil it when you guys play it. That's what it is.
I'm not ready.
That's what it is, dude. It is a long cooldown, 90 seconds, so that's probably why it's pretty strong. This map is insanely big. I can see why you need mounts, because it's kind of like an open world situation. What's up, brother? All right. Over here? Let's go. I don't know if I was supposed to do something. Enter the caverns. So it looks like I'm going to the right area. Whoa, is that somebody else? Is this a porcupine, dude? A porcupine? Another person? Hello, my brothers. Yo, catch this meteor. Do you know if you can get a mount in the demo? I don't think so, but maybe not everyone has unlocked the secrets of the demo, dude. I want to use my 4 ability, but I gotta wait for a good time. Whoa, we took damage? What? You gotta pay attention, dude. If you watch the raid, what is this? What? That's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty cool. All right, we're going for it. Woo! Woohoo! That's it. What do these other ones do? Surge? They're all surge. Nice. Lieutenant Surge. Nice. Okay. All right. This is a town portal. We got our potion here. Oh, yeah. It looks like they're not infinite, like Diablo 3. It looks like we have, you know, we have to go buy more when we run out. And, yeah, if you click this a million times, something special happens. But I don't have time right now in the demo. Where am I? What is this, dude? Climb up. There's a hotkey. True, actually. There is a hotkey. We're going where you're not supposed to go. What is this? Hello? Hello? Okay. Whoa! Yo, this is the bare necessities, dude. What is this? Okay. The Scourge? Yo, what's over here? There's more people. Is this where the boss fight is? I would love to do like a raid situation or world boss. Yo, summon it, dude.
I'm out of mana.
Let's go. I wish I could like do force move and all that stuff, but sadly, it's 2 minutes and 38 seconds. You guys are smart. It's right here. Should we wait? We should wait. You have a timer on the right side? Yeah, true. I'm too busy looking at you guys right here. Hey, brothers. Tyrael. There's a lot of brothers and sisters of Tyrael. Hey, man. Hello. I wonder if there are people from the showroom floor, too. Look at Yeah, I got it. I got that. We got the dexterity. Yeah, this is the best part. Explore while you wait? True. True, catch this though. Okay. All right, nice, nice. It's a lovely crunchy countryside here. This is my first time playing. I did not get a chance to play it before I went live streaming it. How long do we have? Like a minute? So right now I'm just in heaven because it's like that honeymoon phase where it's amazing and beautiful. Yeah, it's so hype. Like I don't even know. After they announced D4, I couldn't even focus on the other announcements as much as I wanted to because I was just like, D4? What? Dance command? Oh, can't type. The trailer was amazing. I love the slow build-up to Lilith, and then like the, you know, the silhouette where they panned out and they showed her all the blood. They said it requires blood, and I was like, really? You mean it? Press T, please. This town portal. Yo, you trying to send me back, dude? I'm about to fight in 30 seconds. You trying to send me back, bro? The Barb has 4 weapons, and they can swap, like weapon swap. I think it's like a class-specific thing. I'm not sure. I'm having fun, Killfay. Yeah, man. Oh, we're about to fight in 20 seconds. Look at this, dude. Open world bosses. This is so cool, dude. We can all play together and stream. How many people is this? Like, what's the limit, I wonder? Did you see the Lilith wings? I did. I did. That was my 3rd prediction. I thought they were going to be Valkyr wings, and then I thought they were going to be like Diablo 2 wings or something. But they're actually Lilith wings, man. That was my 3rd guess. The limit is 100? Wow. Oh, okay, it's happening. It's happening. Okay. Ready? My star packed wizard. Go. Easy clap. The Pestilent. Ashava the Pestilent. We get to stay back, you know? Send in the barbs and druids, and we'll stay back here and cast. Whoa. Whoa. Can we do damage like this? Maybe should have saved this. It's pretty cool. Yo, catch this. Blizzard. Meteor. Fire and ice, chat. Whoa. Okay. We would probably be taking more damage if we were, like, there's just so many people. And I think he's only aggroing so many. I will try to dodge with space bar if there's an attack over here. Oh, I was supposed to dodge at that point. Potion. Potion. Okay, don't stand in pools. I kind of like the dodge. I wonder if they'll bring it to D3, like the console dodge. It's a little dash, you know? Whoop. Why isn't he dead yet? Yo, are you guys, more dots? Whoa, more dots? What are you doing, guys? Put your back into it, man. Put your back. Just kill it for it. Is this like an overshield or something? Oh wow, there's a mechanic. It's like Monster Hunter. Mount. Mount, mount, mount. Whoa! Protect me, dude. Yo, protect the streamer. 5 minutes remaining on the demo? Okay. We got 5 minutes, dude. Before the enrage mechanic. Here we go. Yes, yes. I'm assuming this is the strat. There we go. No. Don't target me. It looks fabulous. Dude, think of all the different bosses that we could have. Whoa! We're alive, we're alive, we're alive, we're alive. Wow. Whoa. I play hardcore too much. I was genuinely scared. Because look at it, they're dead? My brothers, can you res them? Wait, is it just me? Wait. Wait, where is everybody? No! Wait. Come on, guys. Put your back into it. Heal, please. Go get it, John Doe. Where's my cooldown? 30 seconds. 30 seconds, dude. You don't got the smoke. You can't do it. Dodge. Oh, did you see that? No. Did you see? Oh, shit.
That needs more time.
All right, all right, all right. We got it, boys. First raid, first raid. Oh, loot. Loot, 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 loot. World achievement, world event complete. Nice. Staff of Fractured Flames. Fireball launches 3 projectiles that deal increased damage. So now it's going to augment our fireball. That's cool, dude. I'm assuming these are upgrades. Attack, defense, attack. This has a hit effect. Chance to stun on bracers, or gloves, rather. Okay. 3 crit. Okay. Damage against elites. We'll go with stun, I guess. How does it look now? Hey! Augmented abilities. Did I get? I didn't level up. I don't think you can level in the demo. I would love to see. I got 2 minutes on Sorceress. I'm glad we took the time to do the boss. We get out the way, and then I love this mechanic. It makes the world feel more alive too. Hello. This is the early demo. They could add more slots. We don't know. But I think it's almost like things augment other things, and they're going to have like different kind of mechanics, and then you can obviously, you have your talents, and then you have your skills. So, Zeta Zoom? Nope, doesn't work. No Zeta. Let's just go explore. We got 2 minutes, and then we're going to play the Druid. Uh-huh. How are the graphics? What do you think? I think they look really good. It plays really smooth. It's almost like a Diablo 2, Diablo 3 fusion, huh? Climb. Climb. Maybe you can't go up here. Maybe I can't go up there. What is this? Wait, I didn't want to go up there. What is this? Like an event? What's happening? As a party? Oh, okay. Anyway, let's go Druid, man. Let's go Druid. There's 5 classes in Diablo 4. We only know about 3 of them. This guy looks like he has almost like a dwarf, like a big bushy beard, man. Druid Pog. Yo, Veers. Hell yeah, brother.
No turning back.
Hey, we got the wolf pack. Trample. Let's see what that does. Nice, dude. And then we got more abilities in the bear form. Wolves, we already got them out. Cataclysm. Okay, cool. Wow, that looks really graphically nice. And then you go back into forms. Wow. Okay. Wait, what? I want to go fight now. What? Wow, that's dope, dude. You like swap in and out of forms seamlessly. Yo, I'm a druid main. I just want you guys to know that. I always was. Yo, what the hell, dude? Pog. Yeah, I always was, of course, yeah. So you can go from like one form to another, pretty seamless. Let's get out of this place. All right, we've evolved to the open world now. Let's go, let's go.
Must be it.